This is going to be my October flip through for my bullet journal, so we're just going to dive right in. First, we're going to jump into September and check out how last month went. I super enjoyed having this washi tape here, and I have yet to do it for my October spread, but it's definitely going to happen. And I haven't really, I didn't really do much for my tasks last month, just because didn't set any goals either, because, you know, hashtag motivation. But I did do a lot of work on my first draft for my fugitive novel, which was really great. And then I also did quite a bit of work on my revision for my second draft novel, which is my 2012 NaNoWriMo project that I am still revising because, you know, life. So this is my word count tracker for this month. As you can see, I wrote almost 5,000 words this month. However, if I were actually writing what my goal is, which is 500 words a day for 30 days, then I would have written 15,000 words this month, and my word count would actually be closer to 67,000 words rather than just 56,000. So, you know, super. You weren't doing very well. Say hello to the husband. He is being very helpful. Well, actually, he is. He's putting Marky to sleep. So this is my publication calendar. This is how I plan out. There's bedtime. Bedtime is happening, which is usually loud. So good night. I love you too. Okay. So this is how I get all of my publication stuff figured out for the month. I had this tracker here, but I didn't really use it, and it wasn't actually useful. So I don't think I'm going to do it. I haven't done it again this month. The top 3 goals was, even though obviously that didn't happen. I didn't get 100 email subscribers, and I didn't do 10 YouTube videos, which... but the to-do was very helpful. This is all stuff that I want to write very soon. I have, of course, an ideas list in my Evernote, which is much longer, but these are the ones that need to happen very soon. So as you can see, I figured out which ones needed to happen very quickly and got them scheduled on my publication calendar. A lot of people I know have a separate notebook for this. I am not one of those people. I want to have it all in one, otherwise I forget things. And that's kind of the whole point of the bullet journal. I don't want to have to go into multiple books in order to find this stuff. I want it all in one place. I want it to be one-stop shopping. So, and then I figured out a really good weekly schedule. Now, this isn't hard and fast by any means for any of this stuff. It's just a really great way for me to figure out what needs to get done every week. So, you know, I have my weekly cleaning rotation in here. I also have stuff for the boys in here, and then I have stuff like different tasks that need to get completed each day. And that, of course, is also in my iPhone, so that I get the reminders that I need to, I get the events that I need to get. That's really good. And this is a morning schedule. This is just an ideal schedule thing. It's not hard and fast, of course not, especially not with 2 kids, because things happen. And yeah, I haven't really stuck to this very much, but it's a good way to figure out kind of what needs to happen through the day, so I know how many hours in the day I have, and I know what I can get done. So these are just a couple of dailies, just figuring it out. You can see there's ideas for blog posts here. This was my new setup for my weeklies, which has been working out really well. I have, of course, tweaked it, and you'll kind of see this morph as we go along. Here's some more dailies. Thursday was a big day. Woo, yikes. Here's my manuscript wish list spread, which hasn't actually been completely filled out yet. I realized that was at the beginning of the month of September, but all of this stuff is digital right now. I have this all archived. I know where this stuff is, so I can go back in and I can find it. And I actually need to make a list of all of the agents that I have friended that are probably interested in my manuscript and which manuscript they're interested in. And I will show you guys that setup very soon. So, this is giving me issues. What do I do with this? I have 1.5 pages here completely blank, and I don't like leaving blank pages, so I might just go in and like doodle. I don't know. I did a pretty cute Batman doodle a few weeks ago that I super liked. It was a little Batman like chibi anime style little drawing, which was super fun. Here's the weekly setup. It didn't really change that week because it was still working. My sister got new pens, and she let me borrow one. She got this, the colored version of the Pilots, if you can see this. This is actually my favorite just day-to-day writing pen, which is the Pilot G2. It writes really smooth. It's just a good pen, and it dries fast. I really, really like that it dries fast. It writes over a lot of really good stuff. It highlights really well. This is just my go-to everyday pen. I don't, like, I have a bunch of other pens. I have the Staedtliners. I have these, right? Not overly impressed, to be honest. Like, especially the black, because it gets used so much. The tip gets all blunt and not super useful. I have art pens, yeah. Also, the tips kind of get blunt because they're felt tip pens, and that's just kind of how that goes. If I want to be writing every day, I use this sucker. Yeah. Plus, they're cheap, so you know, priorities. Oh boy. But she got the colored versions of those, and those are very, very tempting, especially for the price point, and especially with the back to school price point, which was a while ago. So yeah, this was a change up in my weekly layout. I tried to do a sleep tracker. I of course did the sleep tracker upside down because I'm super great, but there just wasn't enough space here. With the days of the week being up here and everything else being down here. I didn't use the weekly reflection portion. I tried setting it up on a Monday instead of starting on a Sunday, which is what I normally do, but then that threw off this calendar. I don't know. It didn't suit me at all. And then, look, I got new markers. Everybody was talking about Crayola super tips. Like, these things. You know, and you know, everybody raves about the Tombow dual brush, which is great, but I can't afford Tombow dual brushes. So I got these suckers. It's a pack of 20 markers for $4. That's more my price point. And I'm actually really happy with the colors. I'm really happy with the fact that I can do multiple thicknesses on the same tip. That's really, really important to me. And it does what I need to do. I'm not gonna be doing a ton of brush lettering because that's just not my hobby. The people who do that astonish me, and I think you guys are amazing. But these suit me just fine. I don't think I need the Tombows. If I had, you know, $120 extra to throw at pens, I might go and get the Tombows. But these are good for me for now. I will use the Crayolas because they are so great. Actually, I really do like them. They're really great. So I kind of went back to this setup the last week. So if we kind of look at the weekly setups here, we can see this morphing. So here it is. You know, I've got the blog over here, and this is enormous, and I'm just not utilizing all of this space. So then I use it the same way the next week for whatever reason, and then the week after I switched it up completely and go to this and decided I didn't like that. Then I go to here. This works. You'll see that I actually used this that I'm actually going to be using this probably for the next month or so. I'm just going to keep it really simple. A few more dailies, and then I made a cover page. I almost never do a cover page, but my Saturday ended here and I was going to have this giant blank page, so I was like, let's just throw something really, really pretty in there. I haven't colored it in yet, but I'm planning on it, but wait until you see. Check this out. October looks really great, y'all. Ready? Are you ready? Ta-da! It's so girly. It's so funny. So yeah, this is the next one. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm doing with my writing this next couple of months. I have actually put aside the first draft of my fugitive novel. This is the novel that I worked in last year for NaNoWriMo. I'm still working on the first draft. I'm still getting that up to snuff, but I want to get this other draft done. I want it out the door. I want it ready for querying by the end of this year. So I'm going to be prepping for my Nano book this year, and I'm also going to be working on the edits for my book, for my second draft book. So that one is a steampunk novel, which I worked on in 2012, and I'm really excited about it, and it needs to get out the door. So I'm going to be working really, really hard on that, getting the edits done. My tracker for that is in here, and I've showed it off in previous videos, but I just wanted to check, just show you guys. I haven't actually updated how far along I am in it. But as you can see, I've got a square for each scene, and each of these little bubbles is where I'm at in the drafting process. So the first bubble means, you know, first edit is done, and then the second bubble means second edit is done. So yeah, that's just kind of, we're just going to be rolling through that. Yeah, I want to get at least 3 editing passes done, and my editing process is a little bit extensive, but I don't have time to go into that today. And then, so yeah, for this month, I'm just going to be working on prepping my next novel for next month, and then I'm going to be working on my, that edit. So that's going to be really, really exciting. I'm also going to be working on the NaNoWriMo printable, which I will talk a little bit more about in a second. All right, so this is my word count tracker for October, but it's probably not going to get updated at all. I made this spread and then realized, wait, that's not the plan for this next month. But I'm still going to update my word count here. As you can see, I've scaled down my numbers on the side because I am starting to get really close to the top here. So I brought it all the way down so that I'm a little bit more reasonable. I didn't realize that I was actually at 56,000 words, not 54,000 words. When I updated it, otherwise it would be closer to 56, but oh well, it'll be an ego boost to have it so far up there. But yeah, I'm not going to be really working on this until January. That is how long this is going to get set off to the side, so that we can get things done. Here's my publication calendar. You can't see this. This is a mini 10 secret. Okay, as you can see, I've got the same top 3 goals for the blog and everything for this month. So if you haven't subscribed to my email list, go ahead. I send out weekly emails that are kind of sarcastic and silly, and okay, very sarcastic and very silly. And I give you really cool podcast suggestions and stuff like that. So go check it out. And then this is this first week's setup, and I of course use the Crayola Super Tips for this one again. The colors that I used are the maroon and the orange, because it's October, which is Halloween. So we use all of the orangeness for that, and probably I might do purple next week, which totally matches my cover, because that's also there. I have a huge surprise for the Nano printable. I'm actually putting together a how to end your novel kit. I've got the novel starter kit as my freebie printable for signing up for my email list, and then my really big portion of the Nano printable is going to be how to end your novel, which is mostly let's just face it, ending your novel mostly happens in the editing phase. It doesn't actually happen during the first draft phase. You're not going to end your novel the same way you did in your first draft phase you do in your second. That's just math. That's just writing math. So yeah, there you have it. That is my setup for October. I'm actually really proud of it. Stay tuned, because I'm actually going to be showing you how I'm going to be using my journal to set up for Preptober, and I'm going to be showing off my paid printable. Now, it is paid, but it's 99 cents, guys. It is less than a cup of coffee. It's less than half for a cup of coffee. So, you know, I wanted to make it a super cheap price point, but I also didn't want to not have it paid, because I worked really hard on it. There's a lot of really good content in it, guys. So that is all I have for you right now. So be sure to hit the like button if you liked what you saw today, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.